Hey guys, welcome to Digit.in, and straight from New York at Samsung's Unpacked event, we have with us today the Galaxy Note 10. Now, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 is a smaller of the two Note smartphones, and this is the first time Samsung is doing this, splitting the Note lineup into two, a bigger and a smaller phone. But the smaller phone isn't just about a smaller size. There's quite a few things that have changed and are different even when you compare it to the larger Note 10 Plus. For starters, you of course have the 6.3-inch dynamic AMOLED display with HDR10 Plus certification, but what you do lose is resolution. Now the screen has a resolution of 2280 by 1080, which means it's a 1080p display. And if you think about it, the S10 also is a higher resolution panel. The camera on the Note 10 is pretty much the same as the one on the Note 10 Plus, which means you have a 16 megapixel ultra wide camera, you've got a 12 megapixel wide angle lens with dual aperture, and the telephoto lens comes with the new f2.1 aperture as well. But what you don't get is the time of flight sensor, which is present on the Note 10 Plus, and you don't have the optical heart rate sensor. The selfie camera is actually embedded in the front of the phone, which is right absolutely in the middle of the display, and what Samsung calls the Infinity O display. And instead of the hole being towards the right or the left, it's actually aligned right in the center. And that's where you'll find the 10 megapixel front facing camera. Interestingly, the base variant of the Note 10 will sport only 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage. Sadly, there is no variant with higher storage that you can get. And what's really interesting is that Samsung has done away with the microSD slot on the Samsung Note 10. Samsung has been a big proponent of providing microSD slots on most of their smartphones, especially in the flagship series. So removal of the microSD card slot from the Note 10 is actually very perplexing. This is something that we're going to ask Samsung about later, and hopefully they will give us an answer. The battery on this is a 3500 milliampere battery, and we're thinking that given that the display is smaller, there's lesser pixels to push, maybe the 3500 milliampere battery would be enough. So this is something that we're actually looking forward to testing in our labs once we get the phone in for review. Now, just handling the Note 10, there are a couple of things that are very evident. One, it's an extremely light phone, measuring only at 168 grams. Initially, when we picked this up, it felt like a dummy unit, but turned out it was actually a working unit. So there's that. There's also the fact that because it's a 6.3-inch display, the phone is a lot more manageable and easy to use with a single hand than, let's say, the Note 10 Plus. So Samsung has of course managed to hit the nail on the head when it comes to the need for a smaller phone. Why would you need a smaller phone? So that it's easier to handle. And Samsung seems to have got that right. But this somewhat of a downgrade in terms of features, like the display having lesser pixels, there's not being a higher storage variant, and also the lack of an microSD card slot. Now, those are things that are quite concerning. Whether they actually have an impact on the quality of the device itself is something we'll have to find out in a review. But for now, this is all we have for you from Samsung's Unpacked event in New York. This has been a first look at the Samsung Galaxy Note 10. And for more coverage from this event, stay tuned to our channel. And thank you guys for watching.
For the latest technology updates, subscribe to Digit.in and don't forget to hit the bell icon.